let's also get into what else Freddie sent me. So what I got from Freddie, do you ever sit there and think to yourself, what would all this be like if none of us knew the time? Or if nobody was on the same timeline? Now, I'm not getting into some preachy, time is irrelevant thing. I'm serious. I'm talking about, what if my watch said it was 3 a.m. and your watch said it was 4 a.m.? Well, we'd be late or early to everything we did. Now, this sounds like a weird, crazy thing that could never happen with our modern day of smartphones and standard time. But that wasn't always the case. Now, for centuries, the citizens of Vienna could only find the time by looking at the clock towers around. And all these clock towers had one thing in common, and that's because they weren't on the same timeline. Like, do you realize they had no way of synchronizing the time? So one clock has a completely different time than the other clock, and they're only a couple blocks away from each other. Can you just fathom that for a second? Now, with the advent of electricity, Franz Joseph, I think I got his name right, decided, hey, we all need to get on a standard clock system so we can all have the same time of day, so when I go into my haircutting appointment, he's not saying, hey, you're 4 hours early. So Emperor Franz Joseph, I know I'm butchering that name, you'll just have to forgive me. He came up with normalzeit, a standardized time to put these clocks up around Vienna so everybody could be on a standard time frame. Now, they went through a bunch of designs, and what they come up with is a very simplistic and easy to recognize and see design that you could see from far away to still get the time. Now, this new clock wasn't just your normal circle clock. No, this was a cube clock with a faceted design on the corners, a beautiful piece of art and architecture. Now, they didn't even install the first clock till 1907. Can you think about that? 1907. Over 100 years ago. Now, in 1910 is when they hit CET, Central European Time. That's when they started expanding and getting these clocks everywhere for normalzeit and getting them all across Vienna so everybody could be on the same standard time zone. Now, as these became a standard in the lives of these people, it took on a shape of its own. Everybody recognized these clocks. It became a status symbol, or not really a status symbol, but a normal thing to see, your daily occurrence. Like for our modern minds, it's like seeing a Starbucks. It's something you see everywhere. It becomes a part of the culture. Then comes World War II, and all of the clocks got damaged except for one. In 1945, they began to repair. Then by the time the 1980s hits, there's over 70 clocks that have been repaired and restored to be used again in the streets of Vienna. And now we get to the 1920s with the advent of, the cell phone. Everybody's got a cell phone in their pocket. They're checking for the time. Nobody's looking up in the clock that's hanging outside. Everybody's got their phone on them. So they kind of slowly grew into something that was no longer needed. Nowadays, you can find them as collector pieces or decoration pieces, but they are still such a big part of Vienna's history. Until Freddie Broadman and Victor Lichterloh, hope I'm saying your names right. If I'm not, I apologize, decided to bring back a piece of Vienna's history. Now, how can you do that in the modern day? Well, you could have an app, but nobody wants an app for their clock. Their watch already has something. What's something they could do? Well, they were also big fans of watches. And that's where we get the normalzeit. What I have on my wrist today, and a watch I have been absolutely in love with since the first time I seen it. Look at that beauty on the wrist, camo NATO band. This has been my adventure watch as of late, since I got it. Now let's get into that for a second. See, this watch right here, I ended up getting in contact with Freddie and saying, hey, I really enjoy your watches. Is there any way I could get one from you and do a video and talk about these? Because I love your design. I love these watches, and I'd really like to have one in my collection to talk about and show off to people. Because I think this is a watch that even if you have no Vienna history and you don't care anything about their time or their clocks, this is a very classy looking watch, but it's also a rugged design that I really like. Now, this model particular is the Der Kapitan, named for its company commanders who led the infantry across the Habsburg Empire front lines. Per Kapitan is the most tactical watch in the normalzeit line. It's DLC coded with a camouflage nylon strap, and it's built for the field. Now, it's a stainless steel case with a black coating. It's a 40 by 11 millimeters, Seiko automatic jewel sapphire crystal, black dial, and it's got the glow luminous in here that really shines in the light so you can read it in the dark. And I don't know, like, I learned the history of normalzeit, but the first time I had ever seen a normalzeit watch was in Summit Watch Club's shop. And I was like, man, what are these? These are fantastic little watches. And he gave me a brief history, and then I went out and did my own. And I don't know, something about this design screams adventure to me. It screams an old classic to it. Now, of course, I have my G-Shocks when I want to go out on adventures and go out and explore because they're rugged and durable and basically indestructible. But it's a battery and a screen, and every once in a while I just want something a little more classy when I have my wooden handle blade, my old blacksmith steel axe, my leather bags, when I want to feel a little more connected to nature, a little more classic, and a little more, I can't even think of the word right now. I want to have a little bit more of what I would call my grandfather's carry. A more classic, historic carry that maybe my ancestors or at least my grandfather might have carried, that just feels a little more connected than our modern world of technology and things like that. And that's where I think the normalzeit lays in my heart. This is the adventure watch for me. It is my classic standalone watch that has a classy look to it, where I could wear this to a dinner and it's a classy watch and nobody's gonna bat an eye, but I can hurry and throw this on my wrist and go out on an adventure and go exploring these rocks and see what cool things I can find, pick up people's litter, and just have a good time. And this is my classic adventure watch. Now, big shout out to Freddie. He's the one who sent me out this watch to not only review, but to keep, which is super awesome. Let's also get into what else Freddie sent me. So what I got from Freddie is this beautiful Time for Vienna box. This is what the watch came in. I popped it open. Pretty simple. Got a nice little pillow for the watch to sit in. Beautiful design. I'm already dropping stuff. And he sent me this beautiful pin. Now, Freddie's also an artist. Does some beautiful artwork. And I don't know, I really like this pin. This is going onto a piece of my gear. He also sent me out this letter. Dear Red, as you are such an outdoor guy, I thought this style suits your lifestyle. Enjoy the watch. Keep in touch. Best, Freddie. And Freddie has kept in touch. He has been a great person to talk to and meet, and really a great person. And that's really why I want to show off some of his artwork. God, I love that one. That one's hilarious. This one. But Freddie is just an all-around good dude. And he sent me this out. I'm a small YouTuber. He didn't have to take the chance on me to send this out. And I'm an outdoorsman. I like adventure. I like rugged, reliable durability. That's not what this is. But he took the chance with me. He saw my vision for what I had and what I loved about this watch, and he said run with it. Now, every single one of these watches that he makes is a limited edition. This one, I believe on the website, says it's limited to 50. So this is 1 in 50. So if you want it, they're still on sale on the website. Go check them out. And these are also carried in Summit Watch Club. If you're in the Heber City area, or you want to support the people supporting me, my sponsors, Summit Watch Club, make sure to go check this out. Because if you want to carry a piece of history, they have a lot of different designs. Make sure you go check them out. Go check them out on Instagram. These are really great people making really amazing watches. They're simplistic, simple, durable, and reliable, and it's carrying a piece of history on me every single day. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Go check out normalzeit. Really awesome history, really awesome story, and an even better watch. And I appreciate y'all. Go get lost, find a way. Peace.